Hello, my fellow YouTubers. I just can't speak enough about the power of the Holy Rosary. It's so powerful. So I just finished praying the Sorrowful Mysteries on bended knee, and I said a little prayer beforehand to Saint Agnes, and she just shows me so much love. She is the saint over the mission in Solvang, California. And I've loved that mission my entire life. My parents first brought me there when I was very young. And I've been visiting it ever since. And it caused me to fall in love with St. Agnes. So I'll make another video about St. Agnes someday. Just an incredible martyr. Died a virgin as a martyr. Just special saint. But while I'm praying the Sorrowful Mysteries, right when I started, this roommate that lives up above me starts stomping around, making all kinds of noise, just like she always does whenever I'm praying the Rosary. Sometimes she does it at other times, but without fail. So I know that she has a demon attached to her in one way or another. It could be oppression, who knows. But there is a connection with the demonic, with this poor roommate that lives upstairs. So I pray for her daily, sometimes several times a day. I just said a the memorare for her when I finish the Rosary. But so I'm saying the Rosary and she's going ballistic. But then when I get to the last sorrowful mystery where Jesus is nailed to the cross, I started thinking about the pain of those nails going in his hands. And then I think about the pain going in the feet. I think that would have been the most painful, even more painful than the nails going through the hands. The nails going through the feet. You know how sensitive the feet are? And those ligaments that are going down from the ankle to the toes. To have a nail, thick nail, put right through there. And right when I'm thinking about that, she drops what sounds like a 30 or 40 pound weight, maybe even sounds like she threw a 30-pound weight on her ground. So that told me that, because in that moment, I'm totally feeling sorry for Jesus. I have tears coming down my eyes, and at that moment, bam, throws a weight down on the ground. So the whole time I've been praying the Rosary every day, 5 years, I've always been harassed when I'm praying the Rosary. I've mentioned the house in San Pedro that was haunted several times. Well, you had these two neighbors across the street that were bleeding heart liberals, bleached hair, tattoos everywhere. Just the real kind of people that are living just very, very far away from. They vandalized my house nonstop. They put dirt in the engine, where the oil goes in the engine 3 different times in my Harley Davidson. They threw nails in my backyard. About once every 4 months, they'd pop a tire on my motorcycle or on my car. Literally just destroyed the stoop. There was in the backyard. There was a little wood porch that would go into the doorway. Literally just broke that down. Just demonic. But whenever I prayed the Rosary, they would know, no matter what. Sometimes I'd pray it 4 times a day, and always at different times of the day. No matter what, they would know when I was praying the Rosary, somehow or another, with closed blinds, because they'd go ballistic. Even start throwing things at my front door, pulling a muscle car across the street over to right in front of my house and revving the engine really loud. Sometimes just start screaming nonsensical words. So you could tell that it pained them terribly, just like it does with this woman. When I was homeless for 6 months, living up in the mountains. When I'd say the rosary, sometimes I'd feel a demonic presence getting angry. That would also happen in that San Pedro house. And I actually even saw kind of like a dark figure kind of slightly behind me in the doorway from the living room into the kitchen. And I kind of would look over and I'd feel a demonic presence there. You know, the rosary is so powerful. One other thing that proves to me how powerful the rosary is when I say 4 rosaries in one day, I'm just untouchable, Teflon back. Nothing can faze me. So I really should pray 4 rosaries a day, every day. I did it for 40 days once, and it was just, I was going through a lot of difficulties at work. You know, I had bosses that seemed to have a demonic aspect to themselves, oppression or something. And I was getting written up just at least once a month, and they would make these, when these write-ups, they would do them, it would take like 2 hours. And it was during COVID, so I could just do it on Zoom, and I would just say the rosary the whole time. And they just try so hard to make it so threatening and so painful, and threaten your job and threaten your livelihood and just debase you in every possible way they could for 2 hours straight. You know, but all the paperwork they would put together, it would take them 6 hours to prepare for that 2-hour meeting, because everything would have to be legalistic, you know. And you did this on this date, and then you did that, and then this happened, and that compounded the sin that you first did, and you know, we're punishing you for the sins of your father. It was just so brutal. So I was going through that like every month after month, sometimes 2 in 1 month, and just god awful. So I'd pray the rosary 4 times a day for 40 days. And it's really pretty much the happiest time in my life. Even while I was going through all of that toxicity and all of that abuse, I would just kind of, after a while, I just learned to kind of zone them out and just focus on the rosary. And, you know, I nod my head when I say Jesus' name or Mother Mary's name. So I would just be there kind of nodding my head periodically. And they would think, oh, good, we're getting to him. He's really paying attention. But, man, this is so powerful. So please pray your rosary. And something else that proves how powerful it is, like this one this morning, I offered it from the first prayer to the last prayer to be for the souls in purgatory, those suffering souls. And I always feel special graces. I need to do that more often. I need to pray for the souls in purgatory more, because I feel the appreciation so strong when I do that. So God bless. Have a good day. Don't believe what Presbyterians tell you about Mother Mary. She has been bestowed by God the Father with so much grace and power. And she is with all of those that are devoted to her. And if you say a rosary every day, you're asking for her to pray for the sinners at the hour of their death. That's including you. So if you say at least 1 rosary every day, that's 50 times you're begging her to pray for you at the hour of your death. And let's say you say a rosary every day for 3 decades. And you're asking, begging her 50 times a day. So that's 3 times 365 times 50 times 30. She's going to be there praying for you at the hour of your death. And as we know from the wedding of Cana, Jesus cannot deny his mother. He didn't appreciate her asking him to commit a miracle right then and there, because his ministry hadn't started yet. And he didn't want to, but he did it anyways, because he cannot deny the request from his beloved mother. And if she's praying for you at the hour of your death, I mean, we know Jesus' mercy has no bounds for those that love him. But think about how much more that mercy is going to be compounded when his own mother is praying for your eternal soul in the hour of your death. So, God bless. Have a good day.